Okay, so what we're looking at today is an RVI movement, that's this, with our 566 board on it. And I've just got a scale here so that I can go through how we adjust the linearity. First of all, let's look at the various adjustments on the movement. On the top, there is a fibre plate. On the fibre plate is mounted the hairsprings. And by adjusting the fibre plate, we can adjust how hard the pointer pushes against the bottom stop. It's quite important to get that right for low RPM accuracy. The second adjustment we've got is down here is a sliding brass counterweight. And once I say counterweight, that is a counterweight for the needle. The needle would normally come out in this direction, and the bigger the needle, the further that counterweight has to go out from the centre to balance it. The smaller the needle, the counterweight goes in towards the centre. But it can also have another effect, which I'll talk about in a minute. The third adjustment, now on each side, at 90 degrees to the needle, are these little springs. They slide on this aluminium process here. It's the same on both sides. There's another one here. Okay. And finally, of course, on our board we've got the adjuster screw. The process you go through is outlined in the instructions, but basically adjust the needle till it reads with the right signal, until it reads the correct RPM somewhere near the top of the range. Compare that to the bottom of the range until you get it roughly right, and then start looking at the bottom position. What you don't want to do is have the needle floating up above there at 0 RPM. You need to have this fibre plate adjusted to force the needle slightly against the bottom stop. Once you've got that, you can go about balancing making sure the counterbalance weight is in the right position. That's this one. So to do that, you try various frequencies, look at the accuracy, and if you've got it right at the bottom and you've got it right at the top, but it seems to be making hard work of going up the hill, if you like. If it's making hard work of going up the hill, then you haven't got enough counterbalance. So what you do is you move the counterweight outwards from the centre. If you find it's going up easily, and then when it gets to the top it's finding it hard to go down, okay, you need to decrease the counterbalance by pushing it inwards. That's fairly straightforward. What I tend to do is put a little pen mark on it from where I start, so I know which way I'm going. But you adjust it till you can try and get the needle sort of being fairly linear over the whole range, and you'll hit a sweet spot and you won't be able to get it any better. Once you've got it that good, again inspect the bottom end and readjust the fibre plate so that it's reading correct at tick over and through the rest of the range. When you've done all that, you'll still find maybe that everything looks good all the way around, but in the middle of the range it might be reading a little bit low or a little bit high, and that's where these tiny little springs come in. So just to look at it again the right way up, this is the way up it goes inside the tachometer. So these little weights really come into their own when it's in about the middle position, somewhere around here. So you can imagine if you move this weight out, it's going to make the needle go a little bit to the right. If you move this weight out, it's going to make it go a little bit to the left. So you can adjust that centre position without affecting the rest of your calibration much. And that's really all there is to it. It's an iterative process. You need to go through it, the various steps, and then go back to the beginning and do them all again until you get it accurate. Well, I usually do it 2 or 3 times, and we can get them pretty well spot on within a couple of hundred RPM or so. It's a little bit more difficult when you've got it all assembled, because on front of here you've got the dial, you've got the needle, so you've got to reach in there, a little bit more confined space to actually make the adjustments. But that's basically all there is to it, and you'll find some written instructions accompanying this video.